YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I've got the pickups video for you here. Some pretty interesting stuff actually, and some stuff that I was really keen on getting into my collection, and I'll get down to all of that right now because there's quite a few things I wanted to go through here. It's been sort of slim and hit and miss out there, and I've been picking up a few things now basically because their deals are on sales and things like that. That's for the most part what I'm looking for, just because it's been hard to really find quality out there lately. It's been a few days. Not like in the summertime where I was just picking up like crazy awesome deals. So this is the stuff though that I got recently. Hope you enjoy it. So let's get started. The other day Talese was having, this is on Monday, Talese was having a 50% off sale, so I hit that place up after work, and I knew there were a few titles there that I was kind of interested. Like there was NHL PA Hockey 93 for the Sega Genesis, and it was boxing complete and everything like that, and I had left it there previously when I had picked up some titles, some Genesis titles there, like when I picked up Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, and there was a bunch of different ones that I picked up that day anyways. I left that one behind just because I already had it in my collection. I didn't really want to pay the $5 for it. It wasn't, you know, it's worth that, but it's not, you know, something I needed because I already had it, so I just left it behind. But I went back and I figured half price day, you know, for $2.50 it would definitely be worth picking up. Unfortunately it wasn't there, but one of the other titles that I left behind was, and it was NHL 97. So this sat there basically since that last video. I think it actually moved around the store because I saw it had disappeared and then it reappeared on the shelf. So that was that, but I got this for half price. So normally they wanted $5 for it. I got this for $2.50. So that's a pretty killer deal right there. That's definitely going to be trading fodder though, because I already have this game boxing complete. Moving on from there, same kind of deal. Basically, I left this game behind on previous days. I had checked it out and was like, I'm kind of interested in it, just because I didn't have it in the collection, and I'm somewhat interested in racing games on the PS1, just because I used to have tons of fun with Formula 1 like 2000 and 2001 back in the day. I just really enjoyed it, and it got me into, I was sort of back around that time, I was actually into Formula 1 racing quite a bit. I'm totally fallen out of the loop as far as Formula 1 racing goes now, but I was really interested in it back then. And so the racing games like really captured my imagination back in the day. And this is not a Formula 1 game, but it is Monaco Grand Prix. So that's pretty cool right there. This one here, again, $5 for that one, like their usual price, but it was half price because it was 50% off. So for $2.50, of course, I'm going to pick something like that up. It is totally complete and everything, and I'll just get into the disc condition. That was actually my receipt right there. It's in pretty decent shape, that's for sure. It's not perfect, but it's hard to tell, I think, in the lighting, but there's a few, if I go like that, there's a few like minor scratches and things on it, but still didn't have it in the collection, so a happy addition. I love adding PlayStation 1 titles, that's for sure. A system I really did enjoy back in the day. There's a couple more PlayStation things here actually as well. I went to one of my Goodwills, and this was sitting there for $2. Said why not, and it's Tomb Raider 2. The thing with it is, I thought the copy of this that I had was the Greatest Hits Edition. It turns out my copy of Tomb Raider 1 for the PlayStation 1 is the Greatest Hits Edition. My Tomb Raider 2 is actually the same black label version of this, so you know, I kind of mess that up, but for $2, why not? I'll pick it up all day long. PlayStation 2 games for, or PlayStation 1 games for $2, that's for sure. This one's a little bit scratched up, but I can resurface that and it'll probably run just perfectly. So pretty decent find, I think, for $2. These games don't hold up as well definitely these days when you're looking at, like, you know, 3D kind of graphics sort of thing. So that's the way that goes though. So for $2, I'm not gonna, you know, let that sit there. Moving on, I walked into, again, one of the Goodwills, one pretty close to my house, and this one here was sitting there, and it's been sitting there, I'd say, at least a couple of weeks. Nobody was buying it for the $5 they wanted for it, and understandably so. Just not that interesting of a title, I think, for the $5 is basically what it goes for, which is probably the reason why people are leaving it behind. But again, I picked this one up today, so you're looking at this thing's been sitting there for 4 days now, and nobody picked it up until today. and this thing has been half price all week. So even I passed actually earlier this week, and then I kind of thought about it, and I asked again today, what color is on sale, and they said green, and I said, oh, okay, so that game's actually on sale right now, so I decided to pick it up. It was half price though. It was $5 normally, that's why nobody's picking up, but for $2.50 I picked up The Sims for the GameCube Player's Choice Edition. This is going to be totally training fodder though. It is totally complete, and that manual is like really mint actually. It's like near perfect, I would say. The disc on the other hand has a few small scratches and things on it, but ideally it'll play and everything will work out for that, so no biggie right there. $2.50 I figured, something I can trade to someone if they're interested in that, and I can get some things I want for that, so that's pretty interesting there. Moving back into some PlayStation 1 stuff, I walked into a Value Village and they had a number of different things there. They actually had a copy for PS2 of Star Wars Battlefront 2, but the disc was in awful shape, and it was like there was no manual, there was no cover art or anything like that, so I just left it behind because I wasn't really interested, and I already have the game on PS2. I'm really looking for it on the Xbox. Well, I'm looking for it complete on the Xbox. I do have it on the Xbox, just loose disc. But I did pick up a couple of PlayStation 1 titles there just because you know, the price is reasonable. They have 30% off cards, so they're stamping them now, which means if you make like more than $5 purchase, you get a stamp type of thing. So I bought a couple of games, not for that reason. The reason why I bought this one though is my son's really into Toy Story 2 right now. He's not going to be able to play this game, obviously. He's only like almost three years old. He's not quite 3 years old yet, so he's not really going to be able to play this yet. But hopefully down the road he'll play this game, and he really enjoys watching actually gameplay footage of Toy Story, which is just like an offshoot of enjoying Toy Story. It's just, you know, he likes watching the gameplay footage of Toy Story games. So this is one of the ones though. It's Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, which I didn't actually realize I had in my collection already. I thought this was the Toy Story 2 game, so I'm still on the hunt for Toy Story 2 for PlayStation 1, and I have an extra copy of this, but that'll be some trading fodder I think down the road. But this one here is just in absolutely immaculate shape. It's near perfect, I would think. So I'm pretty sure the one that I have can't possibly be as in good shape as this one is. And for that one there I paid $4. So pretty cool deal right there, and something my son can definitely enjoy down the road. Now this is something I was checking out actually earlier. I was checking out all the different Mario style kart racers on PlayStation 1. I was just interested to see what was out there, and this one actually caught my eye. And obviously, being a retro guy or whatever, I kind of wanted to get my hands on this game, and I'm happy to find it in the wild. I wasn't really like seeking it out or anything like that, but it did spark my interest in the past, so when I saw it I wasn't going to turn it down. And it's Smurf Racer, and like I said, it's just a Mario Kart style ripoff sort of racer, but with Smurf trappings and things like that, so pretty neat. Lots of different, it has like the weapon power-ups and things like that, so pretty cool. And just like the other one, that was $4. So I figured, why not? Something I didn't have in my collection and something I was definitely looking for, just because it is pretty neat little kart racer, that's for sure. At the same location, and this was on a different day actually, when I picked up those PlayStation 1 titles, I did leave a number of PlayStation 2 titles behind, and then I did a little bit of research, and turns out I don't know as much as I think I know about video games, because I left this one behind and I probably should have picked it up that day. Now when I found out what it was valued at, that's the reason why I picked it up, because I'm not totally interested in this title, but for the price they're asking for it and the price that it's valued at, I can probably use it for some trade value later on. And the game is NASCAR Dirt to Daytona. And the reason why I left this behind is I thought, oh, that's just another racing game like on the PlayStation 2, who cares, because there's racing games on every single platform imaginable, and I can find a higher definition racing game. But for some reason, and I don't know why, this game's like valued at around $20 to $25. So that's pretty cool right there, and I picked that up for the same price as the other ones, which is $4. So basically like 5 times the value. That's the only reason why I picked this up though, honestly. I'm going to use this for trading fodder for the most part. And if someone's interested in this, let me know. But I don't really want it for my collection necessarily. It's just, it was complete and everything like that, and I got it basically just for the value. The disc is like pretty dirty and stuff, but I'll be able to clean it up. And I mean, you know, it's probably a decent game or whatever. It's just not really hitting throttle and turning left is not really my idea of a good time. So, you know, that's pretty cool though. Like I said though, if you're a PlayStation 2 collector and you're looking for this title, let me know and maybe we can figure something out, because I'm looking for more cartridge-based kind of stuff. Getting on to cartridge-based finds, here's the next thing that I found actually, which is kind of interesting, was a copy of Super Mario World, which I already had in my collection, so it's not a big deal, but you can see what I paid there for. It was $8 from Value Village. Not too bad of a deal. I mean, you know, it goes for a little bit more than that, but not a whole ton more. But honestly, it's just good, you know, trading type of thing to other people, because people are constantly on the lookout for this. Kind of interesting, because it took me a while actually to track down my first copy of Super Mario World, like in the wild. And today, I actually picked up 2 copies of it, so if you don't believe me, there you go, right there. And there's a sticker on that one too. This one was also $8. Again, it's in pretty good shape. The backing on this one, I think this is a actually decent one. They're both like really good actually, but one of them I started to notice like a little bit of flaws too. But otherwise, like the labels and stuff are in really good shape. So that's pretty awesome right there. And for $8, I'm not going to turn that down. This game just keeps going up and up in value. So does all Super Nintendo things. So, you know, I thought I'd pick those ones up and I can use them for trade later. But moving on, this was the final find. I actually found this the other day though. Just forgot to put this earlier in the video, but here we go. So what I picked up was a GameCube, and I was unloading these at the show that I was at recently. So that was pretty cool that I was able to get rid of some of these. But the reason why I picked this up was there's a couple of things about it that are interesting. I paid $6.06 for it, $6.06. Pretty good deal. I got it from a Goodwill. You can see on the bottom there, and you can already tell what I'm covering up, but the bottom here has the Game Boy player on it, which in and of itself is pretty decent, but what was in there is a memory card, which interests me more than the whole system, because honestly, these things are giant doorstops to me these days. I can play these games on the Wii, so I don't really care about that, but this game card is kind of interesting to me because it is like one of the large size ones. It's memory card 1019, which means it has like a lot of space on it. So that's pretty awesome right there. And then also inside this console, there's a game which I'll take out here right now, and it is Chibi Robo, which is something that I was actually looking for. Unfortunately, I don't have the case and manual for this game, but still, that is pretty awesome. It's in decent shape. It's not in perfect shape. It has to be cleaned up a little bit because there's a lot of fingerprints on there. Probably I put them on there, but that's that right there. So pretty cool find. I mean, those 2 items alone for $6.06 is a pretty good deal. This thing here I'll probably unload for $6 just to get rid of it, because I don't really need any more of those, definitely. So that's everything that I got today. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I will see you all later.